You need food so you don't starve and pass out, water to stay hydrated when going on long missions, buffs to fight deadly animals and other tribes, and also deal with your moody tribesmen who don't like monkeys. I'm looking at you, shorty. Your followers want better food, which is understandable. They want wine from the brewing tank and 5-star meals cooked from the worktop station. The information from food and drink consumption can be overwhelming at first, but I'm here to hopefully help you out and get you started on your food guide journey, so let's get to it. Just like any survival game, we need to get food ASAP, otherwise we will faint from starvation. Some starter foods you can find are locusts from bushes, mushrooms after rainfall, or boars roaming the lands. When hunting for meat, make sure to have a butcher knife as this will yield you meat as well as other resources. Whack at the carcass and find in your inventory some fresh meat. I recommend not eating raw meat as it provides no bonuses. Build a campfire and start cooking. When highlighting your cooked meat, you'll notice some buffs that come with cooked foods. We'll get into that later in the video. Additionally, you can also find meals by killing enemies and looting their chests that may contain roasted locusts, roasted corn, and roasted potatoes. Butcher Table allows you to convert certain animal products into different useful materials. For now, all you need to know is your leftover common carcass chunks can be turned into fresh meat. What's nice is these carcass chunks never spoil. One carcass chunk yields 10 fresh meat, so if you don't feel like going out hunting, this is a useful way to get meat. Once you hit awareness strength 8, you can build a cooking stove which unlocks more meals and better bonuses. The foods you can now make with the cooking stove that are more obtainable meals are broth, boiled eggs, cooked potatoes, mushroom soup, and juice. If you want a guide on how to get the ingredients for juice, I'll put a link in the description on where and how to obtain them. Basically, monkeys are your go-to for bananas and pineapple. I want to quickly point out that eggs are found in the wild by finding turkeys. Sometimes you can find eggs in nests where turkeys roam, or you can catch a baby turkey with a small trap and build a turkey coop. You probably noticed that you can make cooked fish in a campfire and fish soup on the stove. You need to make fishing traps. That is under animal breeding in the technology tab. It is very easy to make with just 5 branches, 5 leather, and 20 thick rope. The game also provides useful information as some bait we can use are locusts, bugs, and meats. Find a body of water and place it down. Go into the inventory of the trap and place the bait. I recommend going out and doing other objectives as this can take a day before any fish get trapped. While trying different baits, locusts will attract catfish. Both piranhas and catfish will yield the same type of meat. The hunting gallery also provides useful information as it will tell you the type of baits you can use. Now we're ready for premium foods. Both categories can be made under the cooking stove. Some of these items like crude salt and salsa allow you to combine meals. You can combine these with other meals later in the game. Maybe someone or if a dev is watching this can explain this, but I found it strange you can unlock premium steak early on in the game, but you need cooking oil to make it. You can't unlock cooking oil until you hit awareness strength 30, and you need an oil press which requires a lot of resources not suitable for beginners. Let me know if you can explain why that is. As you're looking at what is required to make these seasoned and sauced meals, you may be asking where can I find stuff like crude salt and chili. One easy way to find crude salt is found in a camp on the beach. Make sure to bring a few pickaxes, take out the enemies, and start mining. Chili and other beginner fruits and vegetables can be found in barbarian camps, and this is more RNG than anything else. They will be guarded, but most of these enemies are easy to kill. Make sure to bring a scythe as you can yield more resources. I hope you have better luck because I had to venture off onto the smaller island to find chili in a random barbarian camp. While we obtain new fruits and vegetables, it may be tempting to start eating them. You may obtain seeds through looting enemy chests or using a grinder to make seeds. If you don't have a grinder just yet, you can eat your food like tomatoes and pumpkins and it will give you 2 seeds every time you eat 1. This is where farmlands for your base come into play, but I'll save farming for another video coming soon. I like having foods that don't spoil. In the late game, you can build an ice cellar that slows down the rate at which your foods spoil. But what about mid-game foods that don't spoil at all? At awareness 18, this is where the drying rack can help. Premium jerky requires crude salt, which we should have by now, and premium or rare meat. Premium meat is much easier to find by killing jags, alligators, and anacondas. We talked plenty about food, but now it's time to take a look at some drinks briefly. At awareness level 20, it's time to make the brewing tank. We're going to take a look at fruit wine and what we need to make it. First, we need yeast, which require 5 fiber and 2 pieces of fruit. Pay attention to materials required versus additional materials. We only need tree bark, yeast, and a cup. Easy additional materials we can use are wild fruit, bananas, and pineapple, so I wouldn't worry about papayas right now. Fruit wine is very useful as you get a damage bonus, stops max morale reduction for 20 minutes, and uplifts your tribesman mood. Build a dining table with some chairs in your base and put useful meals and drinks such as fruit kebabs and juices for your tribesmen. Certain meals can uplift their mood, which in return allow them to craft and collect with better work proficiency. Speaking of increasing work proficiency, let's look at foods and drinks that help with that. If you take a look at pineapple, for example, it says your tribesmen will get an additional mood, but doesn't say how much. Same thing with juice, it only states that it uplifts mood. Meal and drinks that say uplift mood will provide a bigger mood boost for your tribesmen. Take a look at my main character, I seem to be capped at 850 out of 1000 at my current progression with no signs of mood decreasing. I'll control another character and notice my mood gradually goes down by 0.1 per 5 seconds in real time. If I drink the juice, I'll get a boost of roughly 80 points added to my overall mood. If I eat the pineapple, which gives an additional mood boost, I'll jump an estimated 10 points. Pay close attention to this part as this may depend on your settings you place before you enter the game. Combining meals and drinks are crucial but not always necessary. Certain meals like broth are good for venturing out for an extended period of time. Combine roasted corn and mushroom soup with broth and you're ready to take over some barbarian tribes. Be mindful of what you consume by looking at the wording inside the brackets. You don't want to override one over the other. The most buffs you can have at one time in terms of eating and drinking is 5 consumables. Additionally, you can eat bananas, for example, that will not override your buffs. On the right side of the screen is where you'll see your buff details and what each one does. You can hide this from your screen if you'd like. Before we can even start cooking with oil, let's see what we need first with the oil press, so stick with me. First we need 20 bronze ingots, 20 hardwood strips, 20 hardwood planks, and 20 thin ropes. You probably have most of these except for hardwood strips. To make hardwood strips, you need to make this on a level 2 carpenter's table, so make sure to also craft a level 1. You need a septic to make hardwood strips, which thankfully can be crafted manually. Place your oil press down and take a look at what's needed to make cooking oil. You'll notice you can make cooking oil with nuts, cashews, cashew seeds, and so on. Prioritize using whichever material you have in abundance of and reserve the other materials. Now this is where we get into advanced meals and where the bonuses really start to provide a decent amount of help. Place your worktop and make sure to have charcoal as fuel. You can make charcoal through the earth kiln using branches, logs, hardwood, or premium hardwood. I recommend you start making spicy soup, fish hotchpotch, and fried tacos, as these will probably be your easiest meals to make. Your fish hotchpotch will provide a max HP plus 200, water consumption speed minus 80%, satiety plus 60, and hydration plus 40 for 30 minutes, allowing you to worry less about consuming meals every 5 to 10 minutes earlier in the game. There are many foods and beverages like honey and hot cocoa you can make that require other materials, so be sure to explore this vast world and find what you're looking for. Always check chests in enemy territory, and you'll find more seeds and food material than enemies' death inventory. I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you do, be sure to like and subscribe as I post every week. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.